Mm, dear, what am I gonna do? There's so much for us to do. Just waiting for a few people to come on. And I try to hope what it is. So we find that we rise above. And we'll see that if we are known, then it can be loved. Let it know it's so. Okay, what do you do when all the air, food, water, the airwaves, when everything has become so toxified? And obviously, everybody's going to be worried or concerned or stressed out and feeling fear for our own health and for our children. Obviously, we have the right to feel upset, to feel whatever range of emotions that we're going to naturally feel when we wake up and realize that our corporate consumeristic way of life, no matter if it's whoever, Illuminati ruling it or not, or whether it's the result of us just living out of harmony with nature, whatever the situation is, it doesn't matter. But here we are. We're in the midst of something that, by all outward appearances, is extremely challenging. And so we have every right to be upset. We have every right to feel angry and all those things. But if we keep feeling that stuff, if we keep staying in that place of being upset, then we allow the apparent toxicity to have power and hold power over us. So, the best way to purify water, to purify air, to purify food, to purify is to purify yourself. Okay. And this isn't just some inspirational talk. This is what I've been doing, and if I can do this, anybody can do it. But I don't just do this, I do this over and over and over and over. And this is what I do essentially is all these glands in my body, my pituitary gland, my pineal gland, my thyroid gland, my thalamus gland, all these different plexus centers, everything, these glands that are in my body have this profound innate intelligence that is there. It's just there. But we've been living in this narrow scope of vision where we're only focused on what we think is in front of us. And we listen to all these stories that are narratives that are like the telephone game in school, that are stories passed, reinterpreted through somebody else's filters and lens of perception, and then handed down to us. Everybody is living in a big, giant, made up story that has been recycled an infinite amount of times, and we all believe that to be the truth. When in reality, inside of us, these glands that are all there, when we get into a calm, relaxed, coherent state and we breathe and we sustain those levels of heart brain coherence, the innate intelligence of these glands begin to release chemicals that feel nothing shy of blissful, of awe-inspiring, of healthy. You feel whole. You feel, I've been doing this just non-stop, unrelenting, all the time, every day. Like, I have reprioritized all my values to make this the most important thing in my life. I don't watch the TV. I don't do a lot of other things that people do for hobbies. My hobby and my passion is this. Yes, I sing. I do a few other things on the side, but this is my number one interest. It is my most important priority. I don't care if everything goes to hell around me, because by all outward appearances, it looks like it is. I am going to do everything in my power. I'll feel upset. I'll feel that stuff. I'll let it go through, but then I catch it and I calm down and I start breathing and I get into these states of heart brain coherence, because there's a universal song. Literally, the entire universe is a song, and we are not in sync with it. Okay, the beat of our heart is synchronized to the great chorus, the celestial symphony that is taking place in and around our entire being. But we aren't focused on that. We're focused on everything else. We're giving priority and value to things that ultimately, in the big scope of the picture, have no value. So I get into these calm, loving, coherent spaces and I just keep breathing and staying there. And I allow my thoughts to come up and then I just keep returning them to the energy field of my heart. And I just keep doing that over and over and over. And it's okay to think the mind's going to go in a bunch of different directions. It's allowed to, but to the degree that you redirect that mind that's going into the past or into the future or wherever, you keep bringing it back to that feeling of coherence when your heart and brain are synchronized. And then from that place, when you're sustaining that synchronization, you are breathing, you're feeling all these different plexus centers, all these different glands. And when you're in that coherent state and you're feeling these glands, they begin to release the innate intelligence that they already have within them. They're already made to do something that when you do that, they release chemicals inside of your being and you start feeling connected to the energy field that you truly are. And this is how we purify ourselves. This is how we purify the world. This is what we are being called to do. I'm so sure of it. I'll speak for myself anyway. And I know there's others too. This is unremittingly what I'm being called to do. And I feel that everybody is being called to do it. Whether they choose to or not is their own prerogative. But we're being called to do this because what do you do when all the food, all the water, all the air, everything is just polluted and toxified? We're being bombarded with EMFs and all kinds of radio waves and microwaves, and it's insane the amount of stuff that is coming at us at a constant pace. So we are being asked to adapt, to survive, to evolve in the face of all the things that we can let suppress us. So when we feel all those emotions of being enraged or upset or afraid or confused, when we stay in those states, we suppress our body's own ability to have these glands and plexus centers release this innate intelligence. But it's okay. We feel it. We can go through that stuff. We're allowed to feel it, but keep getting back into the field of the heart, getting into that coherence. And then you feel that force coming through you. And when you feel that force and you then intentionally begin to feel it in all these different plexus centers and glands of your body, you amplify the innate intelligence that is already in all these glands, in all these parts of your body. And then suddenly they start to syncopate to the heart. And then suddenly you are part of this great song of the universe that is being sang to you. It's being sang through you. You are singing it. This is what we are, because when we get into that place, none of the stuff that we're worried about matters. Because when I feel this happening inside of my body, I feel so in love with life. I feel so uplifted. I feel literally the feelings of bliss and ecstasy and just peace and confidence and surety and connection and all these things that every single one of us knows we're capable of feeling, but we're not feeling because we're so afraid or stuck or angry or whatever. So we all have these things within us, okay? We all have these glands. We all have this innate intelligence. But the choice to get into a coherent space and start giving your precious attention and energy to these glands so that they begin to release this flood of ecstatic chemicals that reinforce why you trust all these things that are happening in the world and why you're going to keep living your life in a way to improving, to adapt, to evolve in alignment with the actual nature of consciousness itself. You are choosing to purify this world by purifying yourself. And the invisible world, okay? Like right now, right? For most people, like we're so focused on who we think we are, and this is our house, and this is our life. We're just focusing on the visible material appearance of everything. But in the air, there is massive amounts of invisible fields of information, of energy. And the more you willingly activate these perceptual centers that contain divine, you could say, innate intelligence that are all through your body, the more you activate them in coherence with the beat of your heart, the more you begin to perceive the things, the invisible things, the things that most people don't think are real, because your body is the technology. Your body is the scientific instrument above and beyond all scientific instruments, because science cannot measure consciousness. We don't have tools that are fine tuned enough to measure the quote unquote subtleties of consciousness, but our bodies do. That's what they are designed for. And I am doing this every single day. I am making this my number one priority. I'm not watching the news. I'm not going to buy into the fear porn. I'm not going to do, and if I do, I'll do it for a second, but then as soon as I feel the stress hormones come in and I start drawing from this beautiful field of energy that's emanating out of me to create chemistry in my body that turns into stress hormones, no, I know better. I know better, and so do you. You know better. This is where we get discerning. This is when we enact our wisdom. We choose to say, you know what? Everything that I'm perceiving around me is not who and what I really am. It is just a reflection of an unresolved aspect within my own consciousness that I have the opportunity to resolve by choosing to purify this within myself. And I am feeling it times forever, times infinity. It's the best feeling you've ever felt, times infinity. But you have to do it. The same hardware that's in me is in you. The worst people in the world have this in them. So what are we going to do for these beautiful children, right, who are inheriting this world? We're just going to keep living in fear. We're going to keep living in blame. We're going to put it on everybody else like it's their fault. Or are we going to say, you know what? I'm going to rise above it. I'm going to choose to trust that this innate intelligence in my body is the most important thing there is, and prioritize it and love it for them, for all who love life, because this is what we are. We all are this. We're not consumerists. We're not these beings that are here to consume what the world is offering us. We are here to give and receive. But okay, our needs are not consumeristic. Our needs are this. They're love. Okay, love. It is love. But there's a hierarchy of love. Okay, let's get rid of all hierarchy in society. The hierarchy of love is this: loving the energy.
Shout out to the sticker mule company.
Just a random commercial. We are the ones, you guys. We are the ones. We all have the ability to rise above all the toxicity, all the pollution, all the problems in this world. But we have to do it. We have every right to feel all the things we're going to feel, but to the degree that we choose to overcome it and then start becoming aware. Oh, this thing's so beautiful. I love it. Let's show it. Can you see it's on?
Cancel wonky donkey.
Because here's another thing, okay, I'll say. all the pollutants, all the toxins, everything that everybody's so worried about are just energy vibrating at such a high rate that it appears to be solid. Okay? We are no different. The energy that is causing our heart to beat is operating at a frequency that is moving so fast, faster than the speed of light, faster than the speed of sound, that we just miss it. We just miss it. We don't even realize how attuned we are to this infinite potential that we truly are. But when we begin to take steps to become intimate with this energy as it flows through the glands and cells and chemicals and everything in our body, and we love it, we form a loving relationship with it, it starts loving us back. We start to get our health back. We remember why we came here. And could there be any better time? I mean, everybody's locked. Look, 2020, everybody was locked inside. And I can't even believe how many people I heard. That's a horse sound. That's pretty good. But they can't see it when you do it that quick. Do it slower. I'll do it a little higher. Here, wait. See, we've all been puppets on a string, kind of like this, and somebody else has been controlling it. But you know what? It's time to be like, yeah, no more strings. We're not going to be held up by anything. We're going to stand up on our own, and we're going to make our own choices. We are going to be in alignment with this beautiful gift of life that is animating our awareness, our consciousness, that is animating our body.
You just tangled it up.
And we're going to realize that this energy inside of us and our body's ability to catalyze these lower frequencies into higher ones is entirely our choice to make. Here, wait, you're going to... Anyhow, that's all I have tonight.
No.
And on a side note, too, people were asking.
I just joined.
Well, you just joined, so you can. If anybody has any questions or concerns or anything about what was shared, please do. Or if you have any questions for.
Wait, if you like pizza like me, then say pizza.
Here, wait. For some reason, I don't know if this thing's showing all the comments. Let me see.
I'm looking at the comments.
I know, but for some reason, it doesn't show them all there.
I'm looking at the comments.
I know, but for some reason, it doesn't show. Okay.
Daddy's
well,
looking at the
there's
comments.
no comments or anything. Thank you guys. Please take what I said to heart. Love this life that it's animated. Like, what are we gonna do? Look at this world we're in now. Like, it is. Don't do it on the keys, sweetie. If you put on the keys, it might stop it. We have the opportunity to truly rise above the conditions that we've been subjected to, but it's our choice to do it. And if enough of us do it, we're going to create a better world for all. Pizza, you got it. See?
Pizza! I love pizza. What kind? What kind of pizza? Pizza! Wait, what kind of pizza do you guys like? I think they're typing what kind of pizza they like. I like pepperoni and cheese.
Okay.
Wow.
No questions. Best wishes for 2012.
Yeah, it's 2012.
I think they meant to put 2021. But it's funny, 2012 is when the whole Mayan thing was supposed to happen, and now they're saying it's happening now. Who knows? Stories, right? We're so conditioned to perceiving things in story format Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Me
Okay.
too.
We'll see you soon.
We'll
Anything else you want to say?
What should I say? Pizza, actually. Pizza. Have a pizza day, which means delicious. Again, good night, all to all. Merry Christmas.
Good night, you guys.
Good night. See you next weekend.